Welcome back to Brentford Fan TV, and this is the Aston Villa preview for the second week of the new Premier League season. Last week for Brentford wasn't a great week, the Forest loss, and it was a slightly disappointing draw for Villa in their first game of the season. So how did you see it, Ben?
I sort of saw it as neither team had anything really to offer, and it showed the first half was really Newcastle's half. They had more possession, more chances, and then the second half was Aston Villa's half. They had more chances and more possession, but nothing came from either half. So, interesting to see what happens. Interesting to see how they play this tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Villa tomorrow, comparatively to their previous game, they'll be a lot more up for it. They didn't bring much to it in that first half, of course, and at the end of the second half they got the red card, so they had to sort of defend at the end of the game. But that red card should hopefully be in favour of us. Esri Konsa won't be playing.
He's a big part of their defence.
Yeah, so hopefully they'll be slightly weaker, and that could give us a bit of a chance. But I feel like it sort of leads on to they haven't got a great replacement at centre back, I don't think, because they've been playing. They played Kamara at centre back instead of whoever the options were on the bench, and so that sort of brings us to their transfer window, where they haven't really had that exciting of a transfer window. I think they've made one signing really for about 30 million, and I think they're about to sell Jacob Ramsey or something to Newcastle. But I think it's because they have Premier League, transfer restrictions they have to abide by, but also Europe transfer restrictions. And there's policies where wage structures have to be like this or that, and so it's just been a bit difficult for them to make transfer moves this window. And I think it's partly to do with slight big spending in the previous few seasons, but also, maybe, with those big spendings, it's paid off. They're in a good position. They're around Europe.
Yeah, they definitely are.
But maybe they needed to be in Champions League so they could spend bigger this window. But I think there's one person that we always talk about now when we play Villa, and his name is Wally Watkins. And so what do you think you'll expect from him then?
I think he'll... he didn't seem to do much Newcastle game, but he didn't really get the service that you'd expect from Villa. But he seems to always score against us when we play, whether home or away. And I think it will happen again, because he's just that good a player.
Unfortunately, he is, and he always gets it done against us. Actually, I like you said he didn't get much sort of service in the Newcastle game, and I don't watch Villa week in, week out, and when I do watch them, I'm not thinking about tactics, but they set up pretty narrow against Newcastle. Not much play in from the wide areas. I don't think they got their fullbacks up enough, really, and so maybe they'll play with, they'll work on that, so they might be better at that against us. They'll make it a bit more difficult, but I feel like you sort of look at our record against Villa in the Premier League over the previous seasons, I don't think it's that good. Since we've joined the Premier League, we've won once, and they've won a lot more, and there's been a few draws. And so, it could be a very difficult game, but I think it's really, really important for us that we can get at least a point out of tomorrow, because it'll be Keith Andrews' first point as a Brentford manager. And I think if we've got absolutely nothing going into game week 3, Sunderland away, that's going to be a lot of pressure, because Sunderland are looking good so far. And, I don't know. I feel like it could be a pretty bad situation if we haven't got anything after this game.
But do they still have Martinez banned or unavailable?
I know that he might be being sold, but I'm not too sure. Because in their first game of the season, they started the new goalkeeper.
Yeah, well, I thought that was because Martinez had a suspension.
I don't know. It might have worn off. He might be available for the Brentford game, but I reckon they'll start the other goalkeeper just because there are.
Olsen.
I don't think it's Olsen. I think it's a new one. I don't know. Anyway,
I think it was. Anyway.
Have a check.
I'll check.
I think Martinez, because there are rumours of him leaving the club, I think it's possible that he won't start against us, which I will take because he's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But yeah. Have you got the results, Ben?
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? Obido, that
Yeah.
Dutch goalkeeper. I didn't even know they signed him.
Yeah, I thought it was Stills.
Yeah. Okay, so I think let's talk about Brentford against Forest last week, and bit of a shambles, to be
Very
honest.
shambolic.
I'll tell you how I saw it, at least. In that first half, it looked like our players had never played together. It looked like they couldn't thread a pass. It looked like they didn't know who each other were. It was that bad.
And like,
yeah.
we had nothing really in the midfield, and yeah, missing Damsgaard, and I feel like Henderson should have got a start.
Yeah.
You know, I think, there's a lot to work on.
Yeah, going into the game, when in our predicted 11, we were both like, midfield will probably be Henderson, Yarmulke, Damsgaard.
Yeah.
Of course, Damsgaard was unavailable. Yarmulke started, and then Henderson was benched to Jensen.
Yeah.
And to me, it makes absolutely no sense having a midfield two of Yarmulke and Jensen. Neither's a CDM. Neither are like the kind of CDM or holding midfielder or CM that would win the ball back. They're more better on the ball players in possession. And like you look at Norgard over his time with us, every season he always had like one of the most tackles completed in the league.
He had. I think.
And then now we have a holding like a two in the midfield where they don't tackle the ball at all. You look at the second goal we conceded, that Gibbs White cross to a good header from the winger, but the Gibbs White cross, absolutely no one marking him, closing him down. And you got to think like with Henderson on the field, he would have shouted, he would have told someone to close it down, or he would have been there because it was quite a central cross. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I thought there was a lot wrong.
Yeah.
But there's hope. There's hope for this game because we looked better when Sharda came on.
Yeah.
Looked better when Henderson came on. There's Altara who will be with the team now. Damsgaard should be back.
Yeah.
So it's not all doom and gloom for the season. But that game was terrible.
But yeah, it also did seem a bit like we're half asleep defensively as well.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm thinking their third goal, which, to be fair, was a pretty impressive pass and a pretty quick run. I guess.
We gave the ball away.
Yeah, we gave the ball away there, and then they capitalised, and Chris Wood's of course going to score in that situation.
Yeah.
But as you said, better second half, and more. We got stuff to move on forward with. Yeah,
I do think. Thiago, everyone knows it. He didn't have a great pre-season, and he didn't look good at all against Forest. But I am glad that he got that penalty goal.
Yeah.
Just like confidence reasons.
Yeah. I did notice he did seem a bit more up for it after getting that penalty goal. But by that time, it was a bit late. So.
And also, it's like, I feel like it when he's not playing well and he's the striker, it's Brentford fans could turn on him. So I think him getting that goal has at least bought him a bit of time. To go and deliver for us in the Premier League now. Yeah. So, yeah. Shall we go on to the predicted lineup?
Yeah.
Okay, so in goal, of course, Gallagher. Obviously not the best debut for us because we lost 3-1, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think the goals are fully his fault. Also, he needs to get used to the defence and everything else about being a Brentford keeper. So,
yeah. And then, do you want to take us with the back line?
Yeah, so the back line of Cody, Collins, Vandenberg and Rico Henry, so the same as Forest. I think, we got some good fullbacks there, good centre-back pairing. I don't see a problem with that at all.
And Rico Henry was one of our players against Forest.
Yeah, Rico Henry really stepped up second half.
It looked, that second half, it looked like near enough prime Rico Henry from a few years ago, pre-injury, so that was really good to see, I thought. Yeah,
it was good to see that he's still got it.
Yeah, and
after all those years.
Yeah, and into the midfield, going with Yarmulke, Henderson and Damsgaard. This Henderson has to start for reasons we've just gone over.
I think it's at this point it's a necessity, and if he doesn't start, I'm going to be a bit worried.
Yeah, and now Damsgaard should be available, having missed last game, so that should be good for him to start.
Yeah.
And then an attack of, well, we're going with Atara, Thiago and Sharda.
Yeah.
I think after such a bad attacking performance last week, it's almost like Altara has to just go in and start straight away at right wing.
Yeah, and Sharda's fully fit now, so he'll be starting.
Yeah.
The only reason he didn't start last week is he had a knock in training.
Yeah, and so I do think there's a good chance that we will start Carvalho over Altara at right wing.
Yes, there is.
Just because I think it's just like the Brentford way to slowly integrate players instead of throwing them in the deep end. But I do think we should just throw him in the deep end and get him in there.
Yeah, especially as he's our record signing now. I think he's got to just come in and make a big impact.
Our record £42 million signing, some backup at Bournemouth who doesn't start. But anyway, and also I thought Carvalho was good in the second half. He played more as a winger actually against Forest in that second half instead of inverting. So I thought good second half. So he might actually start. Obviously, we're not putting Kino Spotter in the starting 11.
Yeah.
I think recent performances haven't been good.
Yeah, I feel like he needs a bit more time to readjust to being a winger.
Yeah.
Rather than a fullback, because
definitely
he spent a lot of time last season playing left back, and I just think he needs to readjust.
And also, I sort of said this about Thiago, but I do think if Kino Spotter kept starting and kept putting in performances like last week, it won't take long for Brentford fans to turn on him. Because I think everyone I really like him.
Yeah, I think he's a great player.
Person, but I do think if he keeps putting in those performances, that can't start for us in the Premier League.
Yeah, and he has shown though before he can play great, but it's just not at the minute.
Yeah. So shall we go into our score predictions for this Villa game?
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm going to say the same prediction for what I said last week away at Forest, and I'm going to go with 1-1. So yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a point, to be honest. What about you?
Well, I'm going for a draw. That's the thing. Part of me wants to predict 1-1. That's what I didn't mind. So I'm going to do it 1-1 because I don't think either team really looks like last game. It didn't really look like last week. It didn't really look like either team were going to score. And I think it'll be very low scoring, but I don't think it'll be 0-0. I think some teams will. Both teams will be up for a scoring goal. So.
Yeah, and we'll have the G-Tech behind us.
Yeah,
and so it'll be a bit more support for the team. Hopefully they can play confidently. Damsgaard should be back.
Yeah.
Hopefully it can be a good. Something good. Somewhat of a good game.
Because now with Damsgaard back, we'll be able to attack and actually play good build-up and chance creation.
Exactly. I think that's all there is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. Put your score predictions in the comments.
Yeah, and see you in the next video.